Hello and welcome to Ubisoft's Summer Games Showcase. I am Jessica Condit, Senior Editor for Engadget.com, and I'm so happy you're here. Who's with me?
It's me. Hi, I'm Matt Smith. I'm a UK Bureau Chief also at Engadget.com, and me and Jess are here to watch with you for Ubisoft's big Game of Summer event.
Yeah, so this is Ubisoft Forward, they're calling it. This is the not E3 summer showcase. So this is an interesting time for Ubisoft. Let's dive into what's going on with this company. In recent weeks, over the past month, there have been allegations of sexual misconduct, just a sexist culture at the studio from former and current employees. And Ubisoft has actually lost a few high-profile executives, even just this weekend, right, Matt?
Yep. So literally, I'm not even sure. I think it was only a few hours ago, earlier today, via a Kotaku report, the company has announced that its chief creative officer, Serge Hascoe, I'm going to take a gamble on that pronunciation, has resigned immediately after further allegations from French news outlet Liberation. And then on top of that, two more, including the head of resources, human resources, Cecile Carne. And then the third person escapes me right now. I'm afraid I'm going to name the Ubisoft CEO, but that's not him. I think it's Yanis Mallet for other allegations against employees. So quite a mess for Ubisoft that apparently they're not going to address in this event.
Right. This is a huge story that's unfolding in real time. And Ubisoft actually released a tweet today saying that they're not going to talk about any of that in today's stream because this is all pre-recorded.
This has been planned months earlier, and everything's been recorded and kind of signed off upon before maybe even the first wave of firings and movements.
Right. And even the allegations becoming public. But I mean, we're going to have to see if the tone matches the tone on like Twitter and social media and what players are feeling while they're watching this showcase. We have to see if it's just going to maybe grate against that idea.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have both attended Ubisoft's E3 events in the past, where it's usually a ridiculous show. I think of the Orpheus Theatre in the middle of LA, and it's just absolute ton of nonsense. There's dancing people in dancing suits. There's normally a celebrity or two. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Ubisoft have often traded on this kind of spirit of the gamer thing. They love their fans. So I'm wondering how they can balance that tone with these kind of allegations against, some of the most senior people at the company.
Yeah, this is a structural issue that CEO Yves Guillemot he's talked about. He released a statement earlier this month saying that they're investigating every claim and they are restructuring the company around a lot of these allegations. So, hey, this is positive change in that sense where these conversations are being had. Things are changing for people that have felt out of place at companies like this. So that's good stuff, but it's a really rough time to be having a very celebratory live stream about your games for the next year or so.
And major games for Ubisoft. Let's move the chat on to the games that are coming. First up, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What do we know about this so far?
Vikings.
Vikings. Summary.
There you go.
Point. Vikings.
Yeah. You've heard of Assassin's Creed. You've heard of Vikings. Here you go. They're together now.
Yeah. You don't even need to watch this event. You know exactly what's going on. Yeah. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Apparently, we're going to have things like, attacking conquests on castles and taking them over. And from what we've seen from the blurry leaks and even the cinematic trailer, it feels like yet another Assassin's Creed game, right? I'm not sure how exciting they can make it at this early point, but it feels familiar. And that's not a bad thing with an Assassin's Creed game.
Well, I mean, some people will say that. Personally, I'm a little bored of games like this, honestly. I mean, like we said, we know Assassin's Creed. We kind of know what to expect. If you're looking for more of, just that kind of core experience, then this seems like exactly what the doctor ordered. Personally, I would love to see these franchises that have been just central to each console generation, just the growth of the industry. I would love to see them evolve, and really try some new things and maybe tell some new stories. Vikings feels very expected for Assassin's Creed, but But hey, if that's what people want.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it might just be me, but I'm really waiting for Assassin's Creed in Japan. I mean, how is it not done ninjas and, cherry blossoms and temples and, all that wonderful stuff? It seems like it's the Assassin's Creed location. Maybe that's a next generation console kind of idea.
Ooh, well, we're getting into the next console generation, like with all of these games right now. And so we talked a little bit about Assassin's Creed, but there's also like one that I'm a little more excited for, Watch Dogs Legion. So it's hacky. It's a little more, not hacky as in like hokey. It's hacky as in cyber.
Well, we don't know yet. It might be hokey.
True. Yeah. It might be hokey too. It is Ubisoft. We never really know what's going to happen, but it'll be neon infused, and it's set in London,
which is where I am right now. So yeah, I am living my hacky life here in West London. I think that's what I'm most intrigued with about this game, the idea of playing a video game set in London, which, we haven't had a game set in the UK since The Getaway, maybe, on PlayStation 2. It's like a driving game. They scan the whole city. So we've been waiting. I've played plenty of games that set me in either New York, Spider-Man, or LA with GTA 5 kind of, or all the games that are set in Tokyo. So it'd be very exciting to have a game where I can kind of live my hacker fantasy just around the corner, cause trouble, and not get arrested. Please.
And like I saw, I'm pretty sure there's some like London spots in the new Modern Warfare, in the new Call of Duty game. Okay. Like it's very, very hyper realistic. I like that Watch Dogs can play a little bit with like what the city is and how it operates. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see like what kind of mechanics this game brings forward, because I think there's a lot of room for this series to play with just innovative mechanics and ideas about how to communicate and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the positive is like pretty much anyone can kind of be in your crew. The idea that you can pick up an old lady that's a really dab hand with lockpick, or these kind of absolutely ridiculous recruits to your new team. And I like the idea of that. I like the idea of kind of morphing your team to suit, the latest threat and the rest of it. It's just interesting to see whether it's going to be an Ubisoft game that kind of gives us all these brand new cool experiences and innovations, or whether it'll be a bit churny, a bit fetch questy, a bit, Ubisoft games notoriously have a lot of padding. So, a more clearer kind of game philosophy would be really nice and a bit of a palate cleanser.
Which is, I think that's going to be hard to do, especially as this new generation kicks off for a lot of studios, because I think a lot of developers are excited about the power that comes with the new consoles, and they're making these huge games. They're planning these huge games with just a lot of stuff. And maybe we're going to see this console generation. We need to like have that boom happen, have everyone get their huge ideas out there, and then we can start paring down, seeing what these systems can actually do for gameplay, rather than just more and more and more. Yeah.
And the positive is to make these huge, giant, gaming worlds will become a lot easier in the next generation. So in a way, it's less of a selling point, right? If everyone can recreate a city, then, we're going back. If anyone can, recreate a whole city, then, if there's always biscuits in the tin, what's the fun in biscuits?
Right. Well, I think biscuits meaning cookies. Right. Gotcha. Okay.
I went there, Jess.
You went there. Thank you for that. So esports, how about that? Ubisoft has one esport title,
yes,
and it's Rainbow Six, but then they're dropping a new Rainbow Six game.
Yeah, this is the horror one, right? Quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I actually don't know much about this one. This is something they revealed, I believe, last E3.
Yeah, I recall it last E3, and all I could think of was Resident Evil, but obviously that's Capcom, so I'm like, what is this? And it looks, well, all we've seen is this kind of very cinematic trailer, but I love the idea of kind of combining everyone's favorite baddie, zombies, with, Rainbow Six kind of squad tactics, heavily technical gunplay. Is that a term? Yeah, I'm going to say that's a term.
Sure, I like it.
I'm intrigued, yeah. What do you think? Do you think you can play as the zombies, or?
Ooh, maybe. That would be fine. I'm into horror, so, like, this looks great. This looks creepy. Was there a rat in this trailer, if I remember correctly, or is that something else? That might have been Resident Evil, honestly.
Yeah, that's like the confirmed it's about either bioterror or zombies. Is there a rat lapping up blood somewhere nearby? Yeah, right. I cannot remember. But yeah, like I remember seeing this a year ago. I don't know, it takes a lot for a Rainbow Six game to kind of keep me remotely interested, and this one does that. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah, and I don't know what the plans are with this outside of just releasing a new title. I don't know if they're planning on kind of pulling this out into that esports space, or if this is going to be just a Rainbow Six kind of narrative journey. Hard to say.
Yeah, it's really hard. We're definitely going to hear more about that today. Probably the less likely hitters. I mean, I said I was going to talk to it before we even set up this call, but can we talk about Beyond Good and Evil 2, even though that was about 4 years ago, I want to say?
So you saw this, right?
Yeah, many years ago at E3. And yeah, they were already talking about it. They were talking about it being like a game that would come to current and next-gen consoles, which is literally where we are right now. And again, talking about these giant scales of games, this is going to be a game set across a universe. So yeah, it's totally indicative of that point. But yeah, we don't know where's this game at? What have they been doing? When are we going to hear more? That's the game I really want to hear something about.
And I think now's the time, because they have been so quiet recently. It's just been like little developer updates and not much, and that's about it. But I mean, this is something that a lot of people were waiting for a long time, right? Were you were like a fan before?
Yeah. I've been like, I remember like, the Yes No Babies. It was kind of the rumor, like a sequel to Beyond Good and Evil. It was around the time where you were still reading, this seems really mean, still reading gaming magazines. Which seems kind of a cool thing to say. But you know what I mean? Like, you got the rumors in the magazine you bought monthly. You didn't check out a gaming website for these rumors and scoops. You read them in that one single gaming mag you got a month when you were 12, and you believed every single word of it. And that was, well, I don't want to tell you how old I am because I'm fancy, but that was a long time ago. And so we're finally here with this, extremely polished anthropomorphic pig thing. I've forgotten the name of, because it's been that many years since I've played the original. I mean, it was on PlayStation 2. Like, I think it's somewhere. I'll go rooting for it. I'll bring it out at the end of the post stream. If I can find it.
You should, yeah. But it looks good.
Yeah. And the idea is you'll be able to make your own characters. These are just kind of like the base models they're using. The idea is that you'll be able to make your own character of some kind of species, and it kind of gets into sci-fi fantasy, which is really kind of just, I want to scratch that itch. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I want to scratch that itch. Always biscuits in the tin. Signing off.
Good. Scratch the biscuits in the tin, and then itch yourself or something. No, but like you said though, the graphics and just everything we've seen about this game, it seemed like a next gen title anyway. Like from the get go, we knew this wasn't going to be coming anytime soon. So that's okay.
And now is the time then to show it off, probably in some kind of playable form. We've seen snippets of it in playable form. I want to say last year. That wasn't me. I think maybe Nick went to see that. So yeah, we just need something a bit more like a genuine game. And of all the leaks, this is the thing we haven't heard of. So maybe this is their big surprise.
And I wonder, like, how hopeful are you for a release date for this thing, or is that not yet?
A release date now. Like, it's funny, isn't it? Because Xbox and PlayStation haven't announced console dates, everything seems like it's being held back a bit. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they have to be careful about even saying, if they do have a release date, about even saying when it's going to come. Interesting. That's a good point. Yeah.
Anything else on your radar for Ubisoft? We're 7 minutes away.
7 minutes away. Okay, there's like a smaller one, Gods and Monsters. We heard about, oh man, was it last year or maybe 2 years ago at E3? This is like a Greek god adventure kind of story. I think you're trying to fight, or you're trying to fight with the Greek gods. I'm not quite sure which one, but it looks bright and cheerful, and a little different from what we've seen from Ubisoft. They're clearly going a little like
silently type. Yeah, I'm trying to silently type to catch up on it. Oh yes. You remember
this? Yeah.
Yeah, this was this was 2019 again. This was this time last year. Back when, we used to go to LA to play these games. We'd eat donuts and feel sweaty and get an Uber everywhere. And, that's how we lived our life in 2019. Not anymore.
Not anymore. It was full of to-go coffee cups. I still have that, though, to-go coffee cups.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's like almost 8 here, so I should probably be drinking alcohol, even though it's a Sunday. But I'm not. I'm here. I'm lucid. Yeah, but I'm intrigued. This entire game looks very different to what the Assassin's Creed team works on. So I'm intrigued to see what they do with it. I wonder if they're going to kind of channel this kind of major. I'm not sure if you've played the Assassin's Creed Origins, the Egyptian one, but there's a lot of Egyptian gods and beasts you can battle. So I wonder if that's the kind of DNA we'll be dealing with here. I'm up for that. I love a good bit of god battling.
I'm so down for that, and I wonder, like, is that going to be like a mobile game, or is it going to be? I mean, is this maybe like a Switch-focused title? It just seems to have that kind of vibe about it. So I'm not really sure where their head's at with it, but it definitely looks a little different and cool, a little lighthearted.
Last time we wrote about it, I'm just reading our story, and they said it would launch February 25th, 2020. So, given this is a year of Ubisoft delays, I don't know if that's already been here. So yeah, I'm sure it's about time we should hear more about it then.
Definitely. And let's see. So like we also have stuff like, the crew and some updates to some kind of bigger titles like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then what about, there's this, I'm looking one up now that I am interested in, Hyperscape, that's right.
Tell me about a Hyperscape.
Well, it looks nuts, dude. It looks like Overwatch, but sci-fi. It's kind of like I'm reading right now. Sign up for PC registration. Okay, so they're doing a thing.
We're not allowed to sign up for registration during a stream, Jess. Come on.
I think I might actually. I'm sorry. I know I'm doing research on the fly.
Just hang up on the call.
Like, I'm gonna go play Hyperscape.
I'm gonna go play. Sorry, guys. Later. Yeah, you guys watching on the stream can be watching it just at the same time as me. But yeah, this looks pretty razzle dazzle, actually. Yeah, I need kind of the big bubblegum graphics to keep me intrigued in a first-person shooter. We both play Overwatch. I need it to look a bit interesting. Maybe that's why I've never got into Rainbow Six, but this seems more my jam, perhaps.
What about like Valorant?
I haven't touched Valorant. That seems a bit like I need to have a mouse.
Yes, it's yeah. It's a PC thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's not what I meant.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it, Matt. That's what they tell me.
That's what, yes, we just say it's okay, Matt. You can play more Overwatch. Me too, dude. Like, this looks like, Overwatch, but different skins.
Apexy.
Apexy for sure. That's okay. I like those types of games. I wonder if it has anything special, though. That's the big thing for me. It needs
the curse, right? All these games are so overlapping. I mean, they have unique, properties or things they do better than the other games, but it's impossible for all these games to either exist as a high-level pro game or even as a kind of my level, not a pro gamer level. I don't understand how they can all kind of coexist peacefully over, a space of a couple of years. So yeah, let's see how Hyperscape can wow me.
Hyperscape. And what about there's always Just Dance and all these, maybe a new Rabbids something. We had like Mario and Rabbids recently.
Yeah.
Last E3. Yeah. So there's always something there. But like, does Ubisoft have any room to surprise us, do you think?
Interesting. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
how, they've kind of covered all their major things for me. I can't think of something like, could they hop back to Prince of Persia? I mean, I've heard nothing of them doing anything like that. Oh,
that would be surprising. What?
One thing, not a game, but the series they made for Apple TV Plus.
Mythic Quest.
Yes. So they did a special quarantine episode. So wouldn't this be a great time to announce season 2, even if they've been unable to film it because, we're all on voice chat like this. But yeah, that could be something we could see something of, maybe. That's probably highly likely. Not a game, so I don't know.
That's cool.
But
like you said, playing with celebrities and like this kind of entertainment bridge between games and stuff. So that makes sense. We might see something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brains for something else I've never heard of. But here we go. This you can see it on the stream now.
Is that the? That's cool. Oh, TikTok. Yeah. Should there be an age limit on TikTok? Let's talk. Like a cap. You can't be older than 30.
TikTok was the one where I decided I was too old to join every new digital service. comes
I
across.
will view them, but I'm not going to join.
Yeah, I have the app. I don't think I'm logged in, so I can watch them on my phone, but no.
No, that's okay.
I think like the other UK editors that are most into TikTok are the ones with kids, which probably makes sense.
Yes, I think
I think they're just forced exposure to it more than anything. They might not want to watch it, but they're watching it. Yeah,
they have to for parental reasons. Yeah, it's very true. No, I would love for Ubisoft to like revamp its indie program, like This War of Mine. Do you remember that? That was, I believe, that was a fantastic title.
They've been pretty quiet on that format as well. Nothing indie is particularly popped, but we've got what 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds now. So we're going to let the Ubisoft folks intro it and look at their happy faces. Nothing about the torturous headlines of the last.
No, happy diverse. Okay, 7. We'll shut up for your trailers, guys, and then we'll talk when it's published.
This is Ubisoft.
This is Ubisoft Forward.
Explore our worlds.
Meet the depths. See the games.
Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group.
Here we go.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then, they came for the protesters. And I did not speak out, because I was not a protester. Then they came the journalists, and I didn't speak out, because I was not a journalist. They came for street artists, and I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist.
Oh, right, bloody hell, mate.
And I realised that eventually they'd come for me.
I'm allowed to do
There
that.
would be no one left to speak for me.
Sorry, miss. Jesus! All right, we're in a total mess. Let's get the hell out of here.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. There's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody Costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have
He
been
is not
asked
43,
not to
come on.
report. The authorities advise all citizens.
Well, that was Neon.
I'm Clint Hawking.
I have plenty of thoughts about that.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God.
Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone could become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Mikey! Zip up, get to work, and
And they're
let's never
spending a
talk
lot
about
of
this
time
again.
on Watch Dogs, huh?
Yeah. It's really
Everyone in
GTA
DedSec,
5
Arthur can hack
meets...
pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker,
What's
he
the
has a
horrific
particular set of
open world
tools that
game
make
where
him
there's sex
handy.
toys as weapons?
Oh, Saints Row.
He could even call his own
Isn't it? It's quite
father.
heavy on the comedy relative to older Watch Dogs games.
It does
Oh,
feel
that
like
looks,
nothing.
that looks cool.
Perfect for gate
That's
crashing.
dope.
when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have
Nail
a bloody
gun.
nail gun?
Oh, shit. Sorry. Spoilers.
There you go.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aims, she fires, she hits.
I'm reading incoming drones.
I like the idea of building your team from like the whole world of characters. That's really fun.
She can also
But-
hack enemy drones.
Yeah,
so
again,
it's
is it just
in her
big
favor.
for big's sake? I don't know. I don't know.
And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging. But it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must. Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself.
Illegals. So
Assassinated
English.
by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up,
Consulted on
we're
this script.
crashing Mary
Yeah.
Kelly's organ.
Oh, I like it.
farming
Illegals is
operation
like
and
the
putting a
kind
stop to it.
of thing a piece of work would say.
The buyers
Sounds right.
expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey.
Lad.
The man lives for his team
That put another hair on my chest.
and doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Is this Matt on weekends?
Matt the RPG.
Every time you say lad, I'm gonna picture this guy.
Drinking problem, though.
Oh, and it's over.
And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional. It's almost crass to call him a hitman. Some might even call him an artist. Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
That's a lot of Watch Dogs Ubisoft.
So get out there,
Yeah, we're
find the
expecting
best
45
recruits,
minutes of presentation.
and build your resistance.
Yeah,
The
they've gone
third.
through the third, yeah.
It's time to take back London.
I'll take quality for content. Oh, October 29th, 2020, this year. Okay.
Plunging the player
Happy
into
Halloween.
a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Mutt to tell us more.
More? More. Are they serious?
More Watch Dogs.
My name's Amanda
Still
Muntz.
Watch Dogs?
I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict. And we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster. When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
Okay. That's got to be the end of Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Brawlhalla. How fun.
And now some news
That's a
for
smaller game.
Brawlhalla fans.
Yeah.
In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Makes sense. It's a cute game. It's fun.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Lots of control customization. That is a good idea.
And crossplay with mobile. That's awesome. That's cool. August 6th, launches on mobile. Okay.
And now,
short and sweet.
Whether
Very
you need a
nice.
Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Oh.
Is this Might and Magic?
It is.
Random.
This is a strange lineup so far, yeah.
It must be their mobile run. I get it. But
Right.
I'm taking back that hope of seeing Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Well, there's just no time. They wanted to include it, but there's just no time.
The target is being held on the ground floor.
Contact! Moat chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound, danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
This reminds me of early like TF2 animatics.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Ubisoft back from the past.
Yeah.
Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Coming soon. Elite Squad. I think we knew that was coming, right? That sounds like
Yeah.
I've
I've definitely heard of that before, but it definitely went in
and the community
less
has
important
never
part of
been
my brain.
stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Wow. Okay. They're just spending time on weird things. It's fine. It's fine.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
I got it! I got it!
Rainbow Six is fun to watch.
This is such
I like
a
watching
special
Siege.
moment.
Yeah, it's another game where I'd love to be good at it.
1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six.
Yeah, I'm not-
now, game
not
being
great.
stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past. It means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Look at this.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
If you
Yeah,
haven't tried
streamers are
it
a
yet,
big
dive
part
into
of,
our new Operation Steel Wave update
just
available
gaming
now, and take
nowadays,
Asa
so.
Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the hyperscape.
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 Wait, what was that? A hack in a hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape. In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone. If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world.
You die in real life.
A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape.
Cow.
We have to find it.
Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out.
And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the Hyperscape.
I don't know how
I'm
much
JC,
story that
creative
game really
director on
needs
Hyperscape.
to be.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there,
a lot darker,
they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia. Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can put yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening.
That sounds
so
annoying.
For me, it's really
as a
exciting
player,
because
fun
right now, as
viewer.
we speak, we're launching
What's
the open
the difference
beta,
between
and so
that
it's
and
going
just
to be available
randomizing the
for
effect?
free-to-play for all PC players worldwide.
The illusion of power.
I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all
All right,
the
Watch
viewers
Dogs
who
Legion.
participated in tech test and
Legion.
will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Yeah, that could have been the multiplayer aspect of Watch Dogs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch and learn how it's done.
Showtime.
That's mine. Let's show them what I'm made of. Go down.
I wish I could make a shot.
Dude, yeah. Like, it looks nice and fast-paced. I like that a lot. Yeah.
The power hacks sound really interesting and enjoyable.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, open beta now.
Oh, PC open beta. All right, Hyperscape. Dive in, I guess. Open beta, yep, right now.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Anna Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Anna Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup
I don't
of
know how
characters as
important
our
that is for a
default
game
base,
like Hyperscape,
but
I
even
appreciate
starting from
the
the
depth.
hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's going to happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox. With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before.
Ray tracing Watch Dogs.
Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
All right,
Ooh, here we go.
I know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time.
It's a hard life.
And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's all Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings. We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Here we go. Ready for 10 minutes of Assassin's Creed?
My fingertips are together.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway. who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
I thought they weren't mindless barbarians. Why are they doing this?
They both are and aren't mindless barbarians.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks. Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields. Not all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes.
It's the only way to do it.
An unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
I'm always getting attacked by wolves.
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today, we will reclaim her. Today, we fight for your land. And tomorrow, we rebuild.
For Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise, with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking Saga.
Oh, there we go. November 17th.
November 17th. Okay.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
Far
I
Cry?
hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I am proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
This looks like the intro to True Detective.
Yeah.
Or American Gods. Far Cry 6.
Is that it?
Very cinematic. I couldn't read the text.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
Ah.
Okay. We were both confused.
Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now. I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, Even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves. They will hate you. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people and you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. Understand now. Bullet.
February 18th next year. Nice.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, that was that, Matt.
Straight back to us. Wow.
And
so, what a weirdly timed. They really, pick and chose what they wanted to show to us, didn't they?
Welcome to the Ubisoft Forward
they
Post Show.
really focused on a few things in detail, in like a weird amount of detail, right?
Yeah.
30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by
And
a
then
very special guest here.
left other stuff out, totally, yeah. So
Totally, yeah. So I mean, they're playing even more Assassin's Creed in the background. So let's start exactly with that Valhalla. Did you like what you saw? Did you like what you saw?
well, it looks beautiful, of course, right? Like this is a studio that knows how to make a pretty ray traced game. I'm pretty sure there's ray tracing going on there. But it looks like Assassin's Creed. The Viking storyline is pretty cool. I like the idea of just kind of raiding and pillaging. Like that's kind of fun.
I like the idea that you're bringing your tribe with you. You know, it's like you guys against the rest of the British Isles. That sounds like quite a cool little setup. Often it's been just one person against whatever injustice they've usually suffered when it's an Assassin's Creed game. So I like the idea that you're coming with all your pals, all your family. That sounds like it could be interesting. Over. Yeah, well, Brits gonna Brit, aren't they?
They have a very Britty lineup. If I can say that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, halfway through the presentation today, I was like, God, this is a lot of like fighting and violence and weapon switching. And then they did kind of like really lean into the stealth, but it was very much an equal balance, right? With all the fighting and the weapon switching and all the kinds of different enemies that will demand you use different techniques. So yeah, I really enjoy the stealth part of Assassin's Creed. It's not a Devil May Cry game, is it? It's a little bit, for stuff like sneaking around, I like planning my routes, and
you're not trying to get an S rank or anything.
Yeah, trying to do the old wrist blade death strike on anyone that dares approach me. So hopefully this will strike a good balance. Did you know, Jess, we've already played it?
Oh my gosh, how did we line that up? That's amazing.
Surprise. Yes. So
actually, yeah.
And it's actually live on the site now. So after you're talking to us, please do read. We have an entire preview on Valhalla live on the site from our executive editor, Aaron Suporis, who played it and wrote it all on his weekend, the poor guy. So yes, I haven't read it all myself, so yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. So please do take a look at that if you're hyped about Assassin's Creed. Was there anything else you could glean from what we saw? I mean, I've still got lots of questions. I think with any Assassin's Creed, it's the end result that kind of decides whether it's a good Creed game or not, right? And it's hard to decide that just yet.
Right. It looks... I'm sure it's going to sell well. I'm sure it's going to be a very competent game, and the setting is cool. So, hey, what else can you ask for, I guess?
Well, just in my earpiece, by the way, I've just been told that this is actually Aaron playing it. I didn't want to say it was you, Aaron, because you just fell off a wall and killed yourself really hard, and it was kind of embarrassing. But sure, this is Aaron playing, everyone. He's trying to be the new Dean Takahashi here.
This is our actual gameplay preview.
Yes.
Put together a little video for you guys. Thank you, Aaron, for playing this weekend. And for spoilers, just a little, to whet your appetite to actually read his preview, the deck says, perhaps the series' greatest accomplishment.
Ooh.
So check that out.
That's even better than a half-finished subheadline, isn't it, Jess? Jesus, wow.
It is. There's a period and everything.
So now I'm watching Aaron to see how he messes up with this game now. It's kind of even more interesting.
He's trying to
He's trying to think. Oh, he did it! Good job, Aaron. I'm proud. Yay! Oh, man.
So that's fun. And we have a release date, too.
Yes.
November 17th. So that's
really
exciting.
Not far away, yeah. Really not. It's interesting, right, how they have to decide these release dates when there's a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X somewhere in the next few months around a similar holiday season.
So they're saying November 17th is the release date, but Xbox Series X, PS5 is holiday. So whenever those consoles come out. Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, it's the kind of game that would look pretty on your current gen or your next gen, at least. That's one of the benefits of an Assassin's Creed game. All right, let's move on. What was first? Oh, no. Sorry, I'm getting very confused. We have a very specific play order here. Far Cry 6.
We do. Yeah, so we had to wait a while to actually see Far Cry during the show, but I think that was the highlight for me, was seeing this cinematic trailer. That was beautiful mocap and acting. Like, what's his name? Esposito. He's amazing.
Yeah, it's some pretty decent mocap, right? You knew exactly the actor, who he was. I'm not sure who this kid was, but sometimes the kids are just auto-generated. They don't often mocap an entire kid, but this could be mocapped. It's pretty good. What's your general opinion on recent Far Cry games? Did you play 5?
I didn't, so that might be my opinion on it.
It's
not that I don't like them. There was just other stuff to play, so I just never got around to it. It's not really one that's high on my list usually. This looks fine. We haven't seen much gameplay, but I really like the tone and the vibe and the acting. Yeah.
I mean, they're really good at setting up these kind of really gritty world-setting teasers, right? Remember last year that Far Cry 5 was incredibly controversial, and it came on the back of U.S. elections and stuff, and people got very angry, both sides. And this is, I'm not sure if it's meant to be South America. Is it Cuba? I'm not exactly sure what kind of political regime we're playing with here. But it's not. It doesn't look like a good place. You can see on the stream right now. I think there's a lot of protests, and you're asking your son to carry around a live grenade. I'm not sure he's Father of the Year.
Well, and he's clearly a dictator, and assuming he's going to be in charge forever, and preparing this kid for that, when clearly the city is not on board with that idea. So I'm not sure where the real tension is going to be. Are we going to be focused on this guy trying to stay in power? Are we going to be focused on his fall and then his uprising? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to be playing the kid grown up, but it's flashbacks of the dad?
Right.
Don't know. But the funniest line was I am president, which means one day you'll be president, which kind of indicative of absolutely everything. But yeah, we didn't really see much. We did, we'll see what this game looks like much later. I think wasn't the release date February next year?
18th.
Yeah. So yeah, plenty of time to actually see the game.
Definitely, and that'll be a good one for the new consoles because hey, nice open kind of world, and it'll hopefully, load
Yeah.
faster than ever on those new consoles.
Yeah, right. No loading times ever again, please. So the major one that they kind of spent so much time going on about was Watch Dogs Legion.
That was a massive amount of Watch Dogs Legion, right? Like, that was an entire third of their show was Watch Dogs. And honestly, I don't know, I guess we learned a bit, but I don't feel like I have new information necessarily coming
That's what
out.
I was going to say. I agree. Like, it hit all the beats I knew when we previewed it at E3.
Right.
I mean, you heard a bit more. Yeah. I mean, I guess because the baddie's called Nigel, and that's the most English name ever. That's an important point. I mean, it's an important point to make. A baddie called Nigel. Again, Jess, did you know? Don't tell anyone. But we got a preview of this as well. Don't ask me how we did it. But
how do we do this? Okay.
We have a preview live on Engadget.com. So if you want to read some more deeper impressions, Matt Bryan, another Brit, because Brit's got to play Brit games. It's just how it happens. That's live on the site now. The cliff notes I've been told is it's fun. Well, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you were watching the stream, you might have heard me and Jess talking about. For me, it's got some really heavy duty Grand Theft Auto vibes, right? It's a lot sillier and a lot more playful than old Watch Dogs games. And I love this batty old crime lady. She's going to be my favorite. I've already decided. That's my next Halloween costume, I think.
Oh, that's going to look great, Matt.
I'm going to grow my hair out a bit.
Absolutely. You got to be a little meaner, too. That's not really your demeanor.
Demeanor. See what you did there.
Demeanor.
Yeah.
No, this was again, we saw a lot of stuff that was expected about this game. We kind of reiterated a few of the talking points. I don't know. I feel like it looks the same as it did before this presentation. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know if it's as if they've added a layer of cyberpunk paint, or is that just me? Don't you feel like the styling and the lighting has gone a little bit more cyberpunk in all tones? I mean, I'm super excited to play this. I said this before we even kicked off the stream. It's an open box game in London. It looks a lot of fun. I love the idea of choosing who my guys are. I love the idea that I can even recruit one of the baddies as one of my squads. So I'm super looking forward to playing it. Although I still don't understand why they spent so long on it.
Well, that's the thing. It's maybe they had other stuff they had to cut, I wonder, and they just decided to extend some things. I honestly don't know, but it did seem strange that they focused on the parts of Watch Dogs that they focused on. Not even that they focused on Watch Dogs. That's fine. But it just didn't seem like there was a lot of relevant new stuff. Again, though, the game looks fun, looks cool. Cyberpunk London, I'm pretty into mostly anything cyberpunk, with a cyberpunk filter over it. So
they really should get that Instagram filter out there. And that's coming out October 29th. So that's why we heard so much about it. It's the next game that's coming out. It's the next major game from Ubisoft. And then probably the last one worth us talking about is Hyperscape. Now, you've probably seen a fair dose of this streaming already, teasing this game. And this one, it was less about how you play a Battle Royale game, which I think we all know how to, but more about the lore of the game. Why are people fighting in holograms?
Yeah, and really talking about the thought they put into the characters and making them look real. And hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the backstory in my first-person shooters, my competitive games. I love the lore that League of Legends has built, but I want a solid game first. I don't care as much about how much detail they spent on making the characters look good, if the game itself is kind of blah. And I honestly don't know enough yet. I like what I'm seeing of this game. I like how fast it is. I really like the pace of it, and I like the bright colors. That's just me. Hey, I freely admit I like cartoony, bright colored stuff. Hey, it's in beta now. I guess I'll have to watch it on Twitch and really get an idea more about this
open
game.
beta kicking off today on PC, so you know exactly what to do. I'm sure Jess will have stronger feelings when she's actually played it. And we all know I'm too dumb to play PC games, so I'll just have to take whatever Jess's opinion and cast it off as my own.
I'll let you know.
It's how I let my career go this far. Anything else from this whole thing that what did we miss? What?
Brawlhalla coming to mobile, and that's kind of it. This was a pretty streamlined event because apparently Ubisoft is going to have another one So later this year.
So all the things we talked about we didn't even see. So what was it? Rainbow Six Quarantine, Beyond Good and Evil 2, Splinter Cell, maybe? I don't know.
I guess we saw a little bit.
Yeah, little cameo from can't remember his name, Mr. Splinter Cell, James Splinter Cell. He was in the mobile game. He was in the mobile game. I've forgotten his name, bless him. Elite Squad. Yeah, there was a lot of other, like, despite 15 minutes being spent on Legion, then we had like a weird interstitial into mobile gaming.
Yes.
It covered a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, the good thing is, anything we've missed here, there's going to be another Ubisoft preview to kind of fill in those gaps.
They didn't say when, just later this year. So yeah, we're going to hear more, I guess. That's fine. I mean, maybe that gives Ubisoft some time to get its house in order and then really present some clear packages for everyone. Yeah.
And, you know, we've been talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2 being like a next-gen console game. And if we know the dates for those next-gen consoles around then, perfect time to talk more about it, perhaps.
I think so. So maybe we'll have to see Microsoft and Sony have their live events, another live event for each of them, and then we'll get another round of all of these.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's cheaper than an actual event, so maybe it makes economic sense for them. But yeah, I think
whatever happens, we're going to be streaming it and watching it with you guys, right? Like,
I'm hoping there'll be more daylight next time for me, but fingers crossed. We'll see when it's scheduled.
I'm hoping it's not on a Sunday next time, personally. If I could just put that out into the universe.
Ubisoft, please.
Maybe a Thursday, Wednesday.
During my normal working hours would be fantastic.
That'd be great.
Thank you, everyone who's been watching the stream with us. Like I said, we've got previews of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion live on the site now, so please read up on them. That's what I'm going to do once we're wrapped up here.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for joining us. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Anything else to add, Jess?
Find me on Twitter at Jess Condit with 2 T's at the end. On Instagram, Jess L. Condit. And where can they find you?
I'm also on Twitter. Jess took the T from me because I am that Matt Smith. She took my middle T, so that's Matt with 1 T. Makes it original, I guess, but I was bullied a lot. Yeah, and thank you very much. Send us your questions on Twitter, and we'll get back to you there. And yeah, thanks for streaming along with us, and we'll see you next time there's a big old game release. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.